Welcome to the Hustle Report by Jason Malone, presented by Clicks Media.
Now, I've talked about it in the past, but I felt as though it was necessary to give it another level of attention because as our economy continues to develop and evolve, the gig economy is becoming that much more important. It seems as though almost every business model is becoming Uber-fied. You know, like you can basically do a pickup, grocery shop for, dog walk with. Like there's so many different options, similar to how you can drive Uber or Lyft. So you can log on quickly, make a couple of bucks, log off, and get that deposit right into your bank account. Now, if you're someone that's looking to start a business or looking for ways to start a business, it's a really cool way. The gig economy is a really cool way to generate the extra income that is necessary to help you fund your business. Whether you need extra dollars for marketing or you might be a little short on payroll, turn on that app real quick, make a couple of bucks, and use that to further fund your business. I look back on when I first started my business, and it took a while for me to generate clients. For Clicks Media, we started off creating content, producing content for brands, app development, web development. But it was a while before I had a constant flow of clients. And during that period of time, when I was out drumming up leads, trying to get business, I had to drive all of the gig economy apps, work all of the gig economy apps to be able to make sure that I was able to stay afloat. And so that I had the extra money that I needed to invest into marketing so I can get more clients. So that meant driving for Uber, Lyft, delivering food on Postmates, Uber Eats, DoorDash. I bought groceries on Instacart. Man, I did all of the apps. But I appreciated the fact that I was able to do and work on my core business, which was the production and development business, during the daytime. And then after, traditional business hours, I was able to turn on these apps and generate some cash so that it felt like I was still moving in a positive direction in my business. And I didn't have, I didn't have that super dark period that a lot of entrepreneurs have where you're working and there's absolutely no income coming in. I was able to still sustain because of these gig type of jobs that I was able to work. So, I think it's a great opportunity for someone that is trying to start a business and they're not necessarily sure about a fallback. They don't want to just jump out there, or they're trying to find out ways to generate additional income. Man, start gigging. Get your gig on. Turn on these apps. Get out there and make you some money. It will help you stay afloat, I promise you. I probably drove on those apps for like 2, maybe even 3 years. And it allowed for me to even still save money while I was pouring so much into my business to get it off the ground. So, thank God for those platforms. And there are moments where, things got a little tight. The client was late to pay. Things like that happen, right? But you're able to just turn on the app and hustle real quick to generate some additional cash. It's almost like an emergency cash ATM, because sometimes, the traditional business that has a lot of lead time, even though it's more profitable, sometimes it took a while to generate that. So I had to get out there and start gigging so I could generate the cash that I needed for my business. So for, someone that is not necessarily sure if they want to jump out at it full time, or if you're working a job and you're not sure how you're going to come about the means that are required in order for you to invest in your business, Uber and Lyft are a great alternative to help you get it going. And then even if you don't, use one of these gig type apps, you can sign yourself up and try to get some extra work going, whether you're walking dogs or you want to watch your nieces and nephews over the weekend to generate some extra cash. You paint some buildings, you help house sit. There's some different ways that you can generate cash beyond just the apps that I mentioned. There's tons of gigs out there. You can find these things on Craigslist. They have some part-time work listed on Indeed. So there are a lot of opportunities out there. But all in all, my point is, there's no excuse, man. There's so many different ways that you can make money in the gig economy nowadays. There's absolutely no excuses as relates to I don't have enough money. You just don't want to go out there and grind for it, man. You're not willing to put in put in the sweat and the grit and the grind that's necessary for you to get your dream, your vision off the ground. Nothing ever came about without a little bit of resistance. There's no progress without the struggle, right? So, if you're trying to build your muscles and get stronger, you gotta experience some resistance underneath that weight. You gotta struggle a little bit with that weight in order for your muscles to grow, in order for you to get stronger. And it's the same thing in application with your business. There's going to be some resistance. There are going to be some things that you're going to have to push through. It's not just going to happen all willy-nilly, all good the first time you try it. No, you're going to have to grind. You're going to have those moments where there's, cash gaps. There's moments where the customer is, pissed off at the work that you did. The customer has taken a really long time to pay that invoice, and you've done all this work and you've spent all your resources. Now you're waiting for that invoice to be paid. So take advantage of the hammers and the nails that are in front of you in order to keep you going, in order to jumpstart your opportunity, in order to pursue your dream. Don't just sit back and wait for it to happen to you, because it just doesn't work that way. You got to go out there and get it. And I'm just so thankful that these types of opportunities exist for the entrepreneurs that are willing to do what it takes to get their business, their company, their dream off of the ground. So in the world where you can turn on an app and make $20 an hour, do that for 5-6 hours, make $100, and then turn around and take that $100 and, buy your groceries that, you couldn't necessarily get on the income from the business, or if you want to take that $100 and invest it into marketing. I mean, this is just crazy that this opportunity exists, and it's crazy if you're not taking advantage of this opportunity. So I funded my business on the front end with the gig economy, and I suggest that for any entrepreneur that's trying to figure it out. I suggest that for any entrepreneur that's trying to figure out how to generate some extra cash. Man, start looking for these apps, man. Get out there and make you some money. All right, as per usual, I appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening, and I will see you on the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.